What are you reading?
Yes, it's a history book of Gil. He's a bit
Forgot to mention something to you.
not complete.
Now that my
Still
sister
trying to
is
Like
figure
everything
out.
here.
she needs the ability to
Very much like everything here.
hear our inner voices.
Even us.
I see.
Hello. There are new faces.
Hello.
Does she not?
I don't think I recognize that one or the one up there. I'm not sure if they are brooding or just
Join the inner voice
watching.
circle.
But yes, there are some things I had brought back from the
This
castle that I
is your sending stone.
not
It is
recognized.
attuned to the rest of us.
Oh,
Oh,
Do not break it.
yes.
That's my Evie's sister.
Up top. This is the
Yeah.
OVV.
Yeah.
Lady Evelyn.
You know,
How are we, Jen?
family.
Family.
Sweet home Alabama.
Can you believe it? I
Maybe.
believe Ophelia is actually going to wake up today
Interesting.
and address us with her presence. Aren't we so lucky?
Her name is
Very much so.
Quill Squid. I don't know.
I see Lady Evelyn still
Something
thinks
with
highly
Q.
of the Lady Ophelia.
The last person you get to meet.
Ooh, who's Ophelia?
That doesn't tell me anything. That
She is the lady of the house.
Yes, the
Oh,
lady
you're
of
the
the
lady of
house.
the
I know that. I was
Yes.
joking.
I see.
There used to be a lord of the house. I am the equivalent of the lord. She is more of a mother. Someone that caters to the staff's needs.
Not
Oh.
happening.
And may the Lord be
Gotcha.
cast forever. His soul. Eternal torment.
It is good to see you are back, Claret.
Ah, yes.
I hope your
His
journeys were eventful.
eventful, yes. And it's very nice to be back.
I'm gonna do a quick restart of my internet. I'll be back.
His
Yeah, hello.
soul is not very
Alien.
hospitable.
So I have
So-
heard.
Yes.
Our little messenger came back a couple days ago with holy scars across his body, so I heard, bleeding across our floors. We'll discuss that more in the meeting room then. Please prepare
Oh, yeah, I was there for
foods
that.
and drinks and head up there at your own leisure.
Meeting room. Meeting room.
Yes.
You all remember where that is, correct?
Yes, my lady.
I can help them up there if they
To the left.
not remember.
Ah, I'll be right there.
Have you made a decision? It's very likely we can do it today. But there is no.
Today. I need to send the letter.
I did see the closet though. It looks suspicious.
My dear, it has been
Suspicious, I
forever.
mean, it smelled moldy.
I'll have an answer.
Yeah.
This is new.
Oh, this room.
Yeah, I
Are we
had my
doing the
birthday and
other
I
one? The other one,
got
right?
different abilities,
Well,
I see. It suits
One
you.
upstairs.
but lost my
Very
old
well.
ones. Thank you.
Did
Right.
Violet? Oh my
Um,
goodness. Violet,
Drink and
Yes,
the
it's
food,
the
and
other one.
we are
There's
all
another
meeting in
one
the
up
meeting
there.
room.
we have a VIP
yeah.
Well, that would have
Mhm.
been really
meeting
nice to
room.
know.
You live
I
in
did
this
not know
inn.
VIP.
I don't
I was
live in
confused.
this
I was
inn.
like,
I
oh,
was
I
going
thought we
to
were
go,
going to the third floor one.
Yeah, far
You
away.
live
God.
and
Well, now you
God,
have
it's-
a
I've been to that one.
There is not help.
It's right up here. Yeah,
Hey,
it's,
see,
it's
do
the
you know
one
how
I've been using for all
to
of
repair
our.
roof?
You
some of
sass
the
me
meetings
again,
How
and
works
I
in the
will
floor?
puke
Like
you
so.
in your face. Are we on the same page?
I could care less.
Violet, do you know how to repair a floor? I'm asking for a friend. Okay.
I do love Beatrice's subtlety.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I do not.
Subtlety
Oh,
of
you
falling.
don't.
It is good to see you, Simon.
Thank you.
Ooh, that'll be percent out of that.
I believe we are going to wait for Lady Ophelia to wake, and then we will start.
Simon.
Hey, Simon.
You may take a seat if you wish.
I'll be.
Your loss?
Are you not gonna sit?
No.
You'll wake her.
Hello? I am Claret.
Hello.
Are you new here?
Oh yeah. I got hired like 3 weeks ago.
Very
I
nice.
kinda lost track of time.
When
And you
do
were
get
finally
this?
assigned to security yesterday.
Oh,
Yes, I
security.
was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You will be
I have permission to
working.
beat up people.
You'll be working with me. This is nice.
Hey, psst.
Oh, you also work security?
Yes. I've been working
Yeah, you.
security for
Yes, you.
a very
Why
long
do you
time.
wear glasses?
Nice.
There was a time before
Aesthetic.
Lady Evelyn. Very dark time. We don't speak
Hey,
of
you
those
should stop
times.
doing that. You look like a nerd.
Okay.
What does that make Ronan then?
An old man.
Has there been many problems?
Nope, not since yesterday. Or since that was yesterday.
But your memory goes back
Lady
before.
Ophelia?
Ophelia.
Hello.
Nice to see you again, Claret.
Thank
And
you.
who is this fresh new face?
We have
Glad
music.
you have
Uh,
finally
I-
awoken from your long stupor.
Oh, you just did.
Hmm.
Ah,
My
you're
name
finally
is,
awake.
my name's Ariana. It's
Pleasure to
nice
meet you.
Mhm.
Hmm. So, what is the cause for this meeting?
Our coven requires a talk. There has been a lot of movement within Gale that we need to be apprised of. And there are a lot of new faces. And a lot of things that we are going to need to adapt to moving forward.
Hmm.
So, who would like to go first?
I believe I have a bit too much to go first, so.
Very well. I wish to make it plainly and bluntly clear to those that are new and old. My motives and my goals have not changed. I have adapted, I will say, to the life that perhaps you have always lived. And running the inn has been less boring than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I have enjoyed my time here so far. I know I am not the most present lord or lady, whatever you wish to refer to me as. I am no leader. But moving forward, perhaps we can delegate more roles to those of the inn. People who feel more confident in leading, where I cannot. At the end of the day, all must go past me, or through me first. But due to my absence, I feel it would be wise to have others pick up the pieces where I cannot. But we can discuss that more here in a moment. My intentions, as always, again to those new and old, I still intend to kill each blooded lord and lady that there is connected within the blooded. This goal of mine has not changed, and it will not until, God forbid, I perish. And in the coming months, I will be requiring your assistance with killing these lord and ladies. So, please prepare yourself for this. You will be fighting your own. And I imagine you will be killing people maybe you once considered family. Who knows? I don't very much care. But there are 2 new people that we need to introduce. There are some others, but unfortunately they cannot be present here today. If you wish to introduce yourself.
But I am not new.
Not you. This one.
Ah,
Oh, me? Oh, my name is Ariana. I am here to be a pain in the ass for Ronan. And I got here 3 weeks ago. It's nice to meet you.
They are currently temp staff. They are going to be helping with security.
Okay.
This tall, brooding woman behind me, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Willick Ludwig. Evie's sister. Hi, I'm here to make sure you all can actually fight. And help her with whatever she wants.
Not blood related.
Hmm.
The character behind me is not a vampire like the rest of us. But in the coming days, they will be. Hopefully. I intend to have Ronan change them. Using his blood. This will be a ritual done at some point. Do prepare yourselves. I imagine most of you know the stories of how humans transitioned and how... What is a nice word for this? How chaotic it can be and unpredictable. Each person that is made into a half-blood or thin blood each have their own experiences. So, they could be fairly off the hinges for a while.
Well, we do have a dungeon downstairs. Shackles and the like. We can keep them restrained.
Can he?
You can try.
Can we?
Challenge
Feisty,
accepted.
this one.
We also have the woods.
But treat them like they are our own. They will be staying here and they will be helping us moving forward. There are a couple other mercenaries that have also offered their services that look mighty useful and are of our kin. So perhaps if they show their worth, I may be hiring them as well. New faces and all that. I think this place needs a new shed of paint. Wouldn't you agree? I believe that is all I need to discuss. But now on to the bigger picture and our most prevalent issue, the House of Soul.
Yes.
Whoever wishes to start.
Oh. Is there other information?
Not from me.
Beatrice, you seem eager.
Can I be the new leader?
No.
Doesn't see follow-up question.
Can I turn her?
No. Beatrix, if this is another dumb question, you are sleeping out in the rain.
I see.
Moving on.
Is it raining?
Right. Okay.
Probably
So,
will be.
I He's not
Please,
going to do much.
Evelyn, don't damage the woodwork.
Also valid point.
Forgive my lateness.
Jesus.
Right, so I have been caught up with much of the soul situation here at the inn. Has anything happened recently that I don't know about? Or that anyone else does not know
Our
about?
stone is no longer working. I don't know if this has changed.
It is
I've
not
heard that
changed.
it is. I see. Then our alarm system is not working, and the inn is in a constant state of threat. The undead mother, as you refer to her, has not been speaking to us for some time, so I have heard. I don't know if this has changed.
This has not changed.
Then that is all that has been going on here as of current. Oh, and
The last I
the
heard, there is a witch that is causing problems.
Yes, there is a witch. She has placed a curse on the stone on the altar. That is why our alarm is not working. And most likely why we have lost the connection to some other goddess.
And when was the last contact we had with this witch? Have we gathered any information about her?
I was...
I've gathered up a little bit.
Jacques, go ahead.
From different sources, the witch lives in a hut up in the north, location of which seems to vary depending on the count. From one source, it appears that she may not be entirely physical and may indeed be inhabiting a crystal of some sorts. However, she still has enough power to seemingly project herself across the island.
This is
There's
true.
still a lot
I
we do
have-
not know.
heard her refer to herself as a shard on occasion.
Interesting. This witch has laid rock pillars around Gale, which seem to be either rising or summoning the dead. The good news is this is very annoying to Soul. So they have preoccupied themselves some with having to defend themselves. But as this continues to grow, it will become a much bigger problem. And
It will indeed.
This witch is not part of any witch coven that I know of. To do such a thing as to cut off other witches from the mother goddess is what do you say? How do you say it? Is unforgivable.
Apprehensible?
Apprehensible. Yes, that word.
I believe our biggest issue as of current is these stones are, correct me if I'm wrong, is corrupting the grounds more than it already is.
That is correct.
Corrupt.
With our stone...
Which means
Please continue.
the humans that we use currently for sustenance will cease to exist because their towns will be dying. And that is originally why they are all evacuating their towns in the first place. To head up to the north, correct? That is what we gathered before.
That is correct. Sol was claiming to help them. And they are helping them evacuate to migrate. Yes.
Abandoning some of their disease.
Also true.
How did you manage to procure food before the House of Soul arrived here?
I guess you could say that Lord Sebastian did quite a large culling. There's quite a population beforehand, but he likes his parties and the like.
You are a part of the Blooded. I imagine you had shipments off island brought here.
Exactly.
Well, past tense.
Which we don't have those connections. So moving forward, if we do not deal with this problem swiftly, we're probably going
We will
to
need to
start
find another, or we'll need to find another source, our own independent source.
Yes. It would be wise to seek out a supplementary source in the meantime, while we try to solve the other problems. And that is where I've been for the last few months. Sol had, as you say, evacuated the village, the town I was living in. I decided to follow them and see exactly what they were doing. And unsurprisingly, they are off island at a very large fortification north of here. While I was there,
Is this Silverstone?
Oui.
I have heard that this capital, city, town is bringing in a lot of new humans at this moment in time.
It is.
And as well, just as a quick side note, I don't know if you've seen the map, but on the left of Gale, on this small island that hardly connects, there is a small cabin at the peak of that island. At that location, someone by the name of Frank, it's an ex-connection of mine from Saphira. They are supplying us with blood.
The little flask blondie.
Yes. I made a deal with him. In exchange for blood from people that he kills on his endeavors, I just have to change someone for him. So we are getting a constant supply from him, but I don't know if it will sustain all of us. Sorry, you may continue.
We have recently procured a ship, have we not? We are
Oui.
getting their
What did you
humans
say?
from somewhere, perhaps by sea. Maybe we could intervene and commandeer their ship full of humans.
I've been repairing and practicing on the ship, as it were. She seems seaworthy, though I still need to, get a few things straightened out. Mainly changing the name, so we're not, automatically found as a missing ship.
Perhaps don't. Perhaps keep the name of the House of Soul and the sigil on the side. We could use it to infiltrate one of their cities in the future, if need be. And getting past their own patrols, maybe they'll think twice before just blowing cannons into the side of us.
Yes.
Alright. But ship is seaworthy. At least it will be once I finish making repairs to it. Then I would like to request to be the captain of said ship to, you know, carry all of us across the seas and do all this piracy.
Whoever
can-
found the ship,
Hmm.
fair and square, will decide who is in charge of the vessel.
Mm.
And I can attest to say,
That would
know
be
what they are
Beatrix.
doing
I
with
found
the
it.
ship. Oh, Sarah is the person you ask. Jacques?
It is mine.
Mm-hmm. That would
Do you
be
want it?
Beatrix. Sure.
So you're basically asking me for a favor?
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Hasn't
Please
ended well for me so far.
Mm. You could be first mate if you want. Or vice versa.
Well, they figure that out.
Right, while you mill that over.
You were saying.
Right, so we have a certain situation, multiple growing situations, especially with Sol. I may have angered a high priestess. Evidently, melting
Oh
someone's
my.
face off is inappropriate to them.
Yeah.
They were in the process of trying to stab us, so.
Mm.
I dropped something on
I
it.
think it's fair.
Thank you. But yes, while we were running from their castle, she pursued us onto the ship, and we were forced to defend ourselves. So it would have been fine to kill them all. But Lady Lucia, I have information that she's very angry and looking for me and the vixen. She is most likely at this camp here, which is.
What does she look like?
Ugh,
You know?
Angry.
Any defining features?
Blonde.
she was blonde, oui. She wore silver armor. I don't
Blue-eyed.
think it was actually silver, but very polished armor.
Did she have a face mask?
No, no face mask. Very
Sounds
pale
very
skin.
stereotypical.
Oui.
GG.
We do have an issue. There is another one, I believe, very close to the inn, in fact. Gigi returned a couple days ago to the inn with this holy scar across his entire body, dying on our floor on entry. Very
Yes.
I was there
inconvenient
when
and
he
bad
flew
for
in.
business.
I believe
But-
they are the same.
Apparently,
They thought they had holy
our
aids.
messenger routes are no longer going to be usable. He needs to change them because they are setting up campments very close on the side of our roads. He did mark it on the maps in the study. So if you wish to look at those later, you may.
I see.
No, we did give a copy of that same map to the Blackstone encampment on the island.
Yes, to the
Hmm.
garrison.
Oh,
Hmm.
if you did not know,
Hmm.
so it has been some
Ah.
time for everybody here. We are in an alliance with the Blackstone people.
Yes, Lord Blackstone.
King
has-
Raymond.
Lord
King
Blackstone.
Raymond is our standing ally at this moment in time, and they do own a piece of property here in Gale.
Were given.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
were given. They were given a.
I still didn't understand.
They were given a portion of the land. Yes?
Yes.
Surprisingly,
They
Lord
have built
Blackstone
their
has some
own-
very descriptive words for you. I found very interesting.
Really?
Mm,
Like
especially
what?
seeing as how he procured this land. He, I do not wish to create animosity, as he may, but, he seemed displeased with the type of vampire you are, and what you have done in the past.
Lord Blackstone has concerns about your past, mainly due to his own self-preservation.
You know the part where you kill vampire.
Yes, I do hate my own kind. I'm sorry, I hope that was obvious when I came to
Yes.
kill your lord in the first place.
And despite some
I'm positively
tense.
shocked. This revelation is new.
Yes,
Right,
but
so,
as someone who's close to him, despite some tense attempts at annoyance, he maintains that he is eager to continue working with Vix in the capacity that we agreed to.
yes, I
Good
met
to hear.
with...
I would hate to have to kill another vampire.
That would be unfortunate, so I will not be too amiss. But I have spoken to Lord Blackstone to bring him up to date with some of the information I have. But yes, the immediate concern is this camp right here, near the Vixen. It is called the Father's Blessing. A much very disgusting name, but is preceded over by Genos, Sister Genos. She is leading up the forces there, and thanks to a vision, Lady Lucia is also there, amassing the troops, most likely trying to plan an attack. So at this point, I am confident they don't know where we are. But once they figure that out, that is a problem.
Then perhaps a preemptive strike to disrupt this activity might be in order.
Exactly.
You think you all can handle a frontal assault on their masked troops?
We would not.
Yeah.
do
I didn't say frontal.
assault.
I said
I would
preemptive.
say frontal. Head first.
Well, that is your style. But
Going head first is kind of stupid.
it would be suicide.
Not
yes.
mine, though.
So no head?
Considering the state that we saw
Afterwards.
Gigi in as he returned,
Mm.
I imagine we don't want to do any frontal assaulting.
Might I suggest something else then?
Their pride
They
has
also
always
get
been a factor.
supplies.
Yes.
They often get supplies for food. Why not just intercept the supplies? They can't stay if they have no resources. Drinkable water, edible food. It's a shame we don't have a plague specialist. We could decay their food supplies and spoil their waters with such magic.
There is also poison that we could use.
Indeed.
Or we could just burn them all alive, if you don't very much care for your forests.
If we
Unfortunately.
burn the forest, dear, we're going to be out in the open. They will know where we are.
Depends how close they are, but...
It's
Besides,
And
the
also-
last time we had burned the forest, we had a
Yeah.
little druid incident.
Mhm.
And the last I checked, wasn't there still a Wendigo on the loose?
Yes.
still
there
Also,
is
when
a
Tota
Wendigo.
burned the forest last time, there was a big tree monster coming here to kill us all.
Yes,
Let's
that's
go under
what
the
we
table.
spoke of.
Right, so that is the closest camp. It is the most concerning. There is also an issue. Sol seems to have returned to the village, Grey Mist, where I was most recently living before I went and visited them. They are patrolling the streets again, even though they had completely pulled out. So I can only assume they are looking for me there. I was not very... yes, Grey Wind, sorry. I was not very subtle when we left. So the rumors and old wives' tale from the village lined up probably with how I look.
I see.
Yes, and then the other pressing matter is Saul has taken a vampire hostage.
One of ours, or?
Yes, no.
No. So Beatrice might actually understand some of this vampire. There was a scroll that I took from one of the buildings in their castle. Evidently, this vampire has premonition. He is able to see somewhat into the future to predict things. This ancient vampire they have.
Because one wasn't enough.
Of course.
Seems Beatrix gets a friend.
Not my friend. He's my grand. These
will go on
say
for
great.
as well. Just yes.
I would say great.
5 crates will do.
Wonderful.
Great.
What?
Their ancient relative. We do not have all night. But they are relocating him very soon. And with this missive we know where they are taking him. And from where. I think it
Well,
will
then we
be...
can intercept.
Yes.
Oh. So, what you're telling me is they have a vampire that can predict the future,
We do.
and we're going to attempt to kidnap him. How, considering I imagine they torture him and flail him for information on what the future is going to be? Granted, if they don't have mages that can just read his mind. Is he insane, like you?
Let's
It
hope.
also depends how old he is. If he's your great-grandfather, and he's very much old.
Wait,
He's senile
Beatrice,
at this point.
how convinced are you that this is the same vampire? I mean, it's very unlikely to have multiple vampires like this, but how convinced are you?
Convinced by what?
That
Very.
this...
Yes?
Very.
No.
And these conversations you have
Yeah.
with them, is this two-way?
What?
Are you able to speak to him, or is he only able to speak with you?
We are like friends. We talk, you know?
Right. So I assume he does not like where he is. So if we convince him to, say, predict something that will not happen, and then we come in before or after. Probably before. No, after. They'll be
Needs to
prepared before.
clarified.
He's smart.
Beatrix, is he your great-grandfather or a friend? You need to clarify on this.
A grandfather from the
No,
great
he's
past.
like-
Don't go through the old lineage, please.
Great.
Stop.
Okay.
Thank you.
I would hate to be cruel, but in all this uncertainty, perhaps denial of a resource would be much more beneficial than capturing. Especially
Right.
since we don't know the strength of the force that escorts him. We may
If-
not
I
have
agree.
a choice in that matter.
This vampire is able to give Sol a suggestion of when we will be doing our rear assault, then it'd be best to take this asset from them first. That way they cannot predict and be
You want my
prepared
ship?
for... it depends. I'd have to look at the final notes to see if he's going over sea or over land.
Great favor,
If
and
he's
it is
anything
yours.
like Beatrix,
A very great
the
favor.
information that he would give them would be a bit chaotic at best. What he says does not come true, neither is it a lie. Do we really need to invest this much resources into something so haphazard?
The problem
Especially
is,
at the expense of our own
we don't know
people.
what kind of vampire he is, and if he is anything like Beatrix. And the way that I know Beatrix works is she doesn't just see one future, she sees multiple happening in different ways. There is a set amount of possibilities that Beatrix can see.
And how much
She
of
can also see the
Beatrix's
past happening
premonitions
in
are
different
true?
ways. There have been multiple occasions where I have been surprised myself by the things she has predicted, so I would say there is 40% chance that it could be true.
In that case, if I was Sol, I would have no problem doubling up forces to cover what does happen and what does not happen. If it's a 1 out of 2.
I agree with Jack, though. I think killing it would be a hell of a lot easier.
Excuse me?
We're in a war.
I don't very much care
Denial
for
of-
your friend, Beakers, is what I'm trying to say.
Well,
I would
you're
rather
right.
them die.
Would they prefer to make our lives hell before they die? Because if one of the possibilities is us killing them and they see this, then they might be vengeful, maybe?
Are they not already?
Not to my knowledge. I'm sure Sol has beat this information out of him. But in the situation where he goes, oh, someone from the vaccine is going to kill me, here is all the information you can know before I die. He says to Sol.
There's no telling that he's
So we
already
have-
done that as before.
That's
Not to mention,
You should tell
if we
them.
have an extra person who can tell the future, what benefit does it give us? We have all this information, but no
The,
power, no
the
strength to
benefit
be able
isn't
to
Sol
enact on
not
it.
having this information.
Yes, which
Your
can be done in
information
one of two
hazard.
ways.
I believe is what
Why
we're
a
trying to get
test
at.
to Jack, just killing him?
Might I make a suggestion?
By all
We make an
means.
attempt to intercept and rescue them. However, if it is deemed too difficult, we take the other option, deny them the assets. That way, there is at least a possibility of utilizing the resource and
Yes.
less likely of them doing anything rash.
I think that is the
That
best
is a
course.
useless situation.
To retrieve
I
them
believe our
and
most
then...
concerning.
Attempt to rescue,
believe our
kill
most-
if unable.
Concerning issue currently is that we need multiple groups, and we definitely need a group to be watching the current encampment that is preparing their forces, because they could make a move a hell of a lot quicker than we are capable of capturing him.
That reminds me. So Lord Blackstone, knowing this issue and Sol possibly moving to the area, has said he would step up protection if we allow him, because he's building a garrison in his little land he was given. If we give him free travel through our lands, he will
Then no, why
provide...
not
I have-
visualize him? Have him
I
attack
have already
camp
given
instead.
him.
I do not like rescuing this vampire. We either fully commit to rescuing him or we kill him. If we do halfway, we lose.
But what I am saying is if we
On both
decide to
sides.
kill him, that is one of the futures. They may see this. If we go to save him, to not save, to retrieve him, he may
Is
not
this
see
the wrong
a
moment
death in
to
the
say
future.
that
He
he
might be.
knows what we are talking about?
I'm sorry, what?
Beatrix, I am this close to actually gouging your eyes out.
But I lifted my hand. Didn't take.
And who's to say they
Speak
haven't
with
beat
your mouth.
our rescue plan out of him already?
Why are they listening
Okay.
to our conversation?
Because
And why did you not tell us sooner?
I tried. I slammed my head on the desk in my hand. First head,
Yes, you
then
did.
hand.
Beatrice,
Yes, I did.
what does your
What you're
friend
saying
think of
is
the
so-
conversation?
He's laughing most of the time.
Oh, goody.
Sure sounds like
He's
someone that would make
mentally
life hell
unstable.
for us.
What you're saying is Soul may already know what we're up to.
Not necessarily. He's
Beatrice.
just amused at this point, it sounds like.
Has he given any of this information to Saul?
Great, that's the first time he shut the fuck up. Maybe, maybe
You
not.
better answer soon.
I am starting
Well,
to
okay,
maybe
then
think
maybe or maybe
killing
not
him is the
determine-
choice.
Trustworthy.
If we're going to save him or not, so perhaps maybe make that known.
Oh? Don't stop talking. Come on! Ow.
I would like to go with capture or kill.
I say capture, and then we weigh our options afterward. Either way, it gets this prediction out of Saul's hands, and we will be more safe to attack the
They
camp.
have priests, prophets, and seers. I'm fairly sure they have ways to discern their future, even with or without this vampire.
And the fact we're even having this conversation right now with the very information hazard sitting at our table, most of this conversation could be pointless.
Okay, we start with killing Beatrice then.
What? Okay, let's start. I'm excited.
Dear goddess. Right. Well, either we kick her out, or
Oh, don't kick me out.
she is
Beatrix,
your
you're going to
vote.
have to leave the room.
Wouldn't they know either way, even if Beatrice did leave?
They would
That
not know
is
our exact
the
If we can
composition.
craziness.
discern the future, no matter what we say or do, whether she is here or not, would not change things. Not to
Mhm.
mention, if they see multiple
Yeah.
different realities and futures, the information they give is, again, haphazard at best. You're best leaving him in the ranks,
Can you step your
and he
hands?
gives false information.
What?
I'm just asking for a friend.
Did you say
Are
stab?
they asking me to stab my hand?
Yeah. Very slowly.
The most
Yeah, I know it.
pressing.
What? Are you?
Jack,
Why?
why are you doing things that the Beatrix has asked?
I want to see something.
It seems like she cannot sleep for too long nowadays. What reason? Where did this information come from that they have this vampire in the first place?
This
The document that they
skull
held.
Came from there,
from Saul. Yes.
He's sleeping.
and you got that from the place you were at.
Correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Beatrix, you
It
do not
is-
have to leave.
It's very official
Then might I propose
military
this?
plans, sealed with a silver seal. I was lucky not to burn myself opening it.
Then might I propose this? If they can see the future, how do you not know that this is a trap? They conveniently leave these documents here, knowing that you will go there, pick up the documents, and give it to us, and we decide to save him. No matter what we do, we are in a pinned situation.
The information
But
I
if we
have
do
gathered on
nothing-
the camps are about camps that already exist that we know of. Yes? They're on the big map. So I
Hmm.
doubt they're going to fake that information. And there is a part of me that would hope there is an honor amongst vampires to a certain degree.
We
And
had
that
honor
they
amongst
would not-
vampires until Evelyn over here slayed our lord. But
Hey, don't
considering
blame
that he's no
her.
longer... She is the one who dealt the blow. Regardless of the matter.
Yeah, well, your lord was a bitch.
As long as this
Regardless of the
vampire that they
matter.
have is not blooded, then they have little concern right now for Evelyn's vendetta.
This is a spiral of seers, futures, and futures of driving insane. I'd rather just get rid of it.
Soul is on our
End
doorstep.
all potential futures.
Soul is on our doorstep. We have evidence they have an unfair tool at their disposal, and we have an opportunity to snag that from them or remove it from them. And we have this witch, which is also on our doorstep. We need to make a decision. I think having Lord Blackstone look at getting this vampire, taking care of this vampire, or keeping an eye on the camp is a good idea. We handle the other situation, and with this witch, it has become personal for me. I am looking into it.
I believe at this moment in time, perhaps this witch should be handled at a later date. I would stop all progression on trying to find out things about them, because so far they have only messed with the minds of 2 of our Vix-In members, Simon and Beatrix. They don't even remember going to go see her or the orders I gave. And also, Toda, the cat thing, has not returned. They went missing, teleported away. So they are an issue beyond us currently. And as you said, the House of Soul are on our doorstep. We do have the Lycan Council at our disposal as well, and their many armies of wolves. Perhaps if we wish to send a letter to them as well, to help patrol the grounds, maybe they will oblige.
It is.
But I do agree.
The encampment is technically in their territory. I don't see why not.
If you send a missive to the
The thing
Lycan
is,
Council,
how
do not
GG
mention
is
me.
going to get there.
Understood.
May I propose a plan? Or am I just an advisor? This person, Beatrix, obviously has a connection to him, correct? If we make a promise that we are going to rescue him, perhaps he can give them false information. I do not like putting my eggs into a basket of something that is, well, random, chaotic. There's no guarantee there's going to get any results from us doing this. No benefit. I suggest we focus our efforts on the camp. Get rid of something that is actually tangible. Something that would actually affect something. And we have Beatrix communicate with the person. Give them false information. Be a spy. They've kept him alive long enough as it is. They're not going to kill him suddenly. And fairly sure that, well, he's not pleading for being saved, he's laughing. Sounds like to me he is adjusted to his environment.
As their age, they have been through a lot. It's probably just another night with them.
Exactly. We are a hardy species after all. Not to mention, Beatrix has a certain quirkiness for enjoyment. Maybe he even likes it.
And who knows? Maybe at the encampment we'll find more information on our mysterious friend.
So,
He's
the way
like
that I
very
see
old.
it is
He's like
we
probably
are...
older than all of us.
The way that I see it is we are
Together.
getting the Werewolf Council and Blackstone to patrol the general area and make sure our roads, our Our roads are clear and void of House of Soul, being our scouts and our eyes, while we do the infiltrating and as well retrieving of this asset. Am I correct? No objections?
None.
Then this is the plan. I don't care who does what. Just make sure we get it done. And please stay away from this witch for the time being. Until this situation is more stable around the inn. I don't want people trudging off into the north, going missing.
I do plan to go back to Greywind. There are things in my house that I require. And most likely this will result in some dead souls, so... If anyone wishes to
do as you must.
Aid me.
Be sure
I can
that
help
when
you
we're
out with that.
back, we are needing blood. Unless, of course, they've decided to swallow silver. In which case, that's a bit problematic.
I'd recommend taking the new one with you.
Yes, I'd
Show
like
them
to
the
see what they can do. Especially since they will be working with me in security. They seem promising.
You want to showcase the artifacts? I got them ready.
So, one last thing. Of course, I could not visit Seoul without taking some presents, especially when they leave them sitting out.
Please tell me you're going to pull out a holy artifact onto our table.
Well, I know at least this one, this hand, is not holy. It is a mummified hand. I did find some... In my reading, I found what this most likely is. It is an artifact of physical prowess. Someone who maybe likes to brawl might want this. It gives him some power and being a little stronger. And then I have this lantern looking like thing. No idea what that does.
I can certainly take a look into it. Artifacts are my specialty.
It shines.
Oh, fantastic. It looks orientalist.
Seems almost
And then
oriental
there
in
is
nature.
this... I forget, is it a ring? Is it a little... It's a ring! Excellent. This ring, I assume if you like artifacts, you can also take a look at this. 1, 2, 3. Was there one more or not?
I want
forget.
to see what I could do with it.
Can I go?
The ring.
And then
Is
this...
A ring
take
or
the
the
hand.
ring?
Ah, a
The
stone
ring.
of many
A
faces.
ring.
A ring,
Oh.
yes, one single ring. It seemed important to see Soul, so I they went looking. It was in like a little museum
Please
area.
make sure
and-
that each of these items are not going to explode into a holy catastrophe.
Is this a
Of
common
course, I will
problem
take
you
the
have?
utmost. I will take the utmost precaution in my research.
Merci.
Of
Oh,
course.
if it's gonna explode, I wanna watch.
I like them more. Right.
You can have my boat.
Alright. I'll
There
try
is-
my best not to kill you.
He said it will be funny.
Another concern that we need to bring up. Don't ask me how, but apparently Lord Sebastian is alive.
Excuse-moi.
Yes,
Don't.
I heard about that.
Do not ask me how. I just said this. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know how. I killed him at the table, I dragged out his heart, and I used it for my own power.
Are you sure it is
Maybe twin
Let-
brother?
Sebastian?
Maybe disguise?
I am
He approached me at the new city within Blackstone and immediately began asking me how his former inn was doing, along with questions that only he would know as owner.
Let him live his best life.
So
Really?
long as he does not talk about this to other blooded members and amass an army.
But it can be short, right?
It's a hand.
He said to me
I
he
am-
has no plans. I can't tell you whether that's true or not. I can't decipher his
Actual full
means.
items.
Considering he is one of the lords that I deliberately went out of my way to go kill, I'm not sure. I guess that's a 0 for me on the board. So maybe I will go
Seems your
pay
track
him
record is a
visit.
bit more blemished now, dear.
Yes, well, he was meant to stay dead. So,
We can do it again.
yeah,
It's gonna
I
be-
probably will.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Something like
this
that.
time
Remember
any
I
of us
told you
can
about
kill
the
him.
rituals that were performed here, dear? I'm very sure he managed to find some sort of, well, magic for lich-like activities.
That would be bad.
Well, couldn't the witch like resurrect the dead?
I doubt a corpse makes a deal with its master.
Well,
maybe she
when
just
the corpse is a
resurrected them
puppy
and-
to the master.
We cut him into
Yeah.
pieces. And
Regardless,
disposed of his body.
He is not an issue as of current. We can save him for a later date, and it could be a personal project for Lady Evelyn.
And if he decides to visit the inn,
We kill him.
Or kill him.
He
yes,
disappears.
on site.
Repeatedly.
You just kill him.
Stab, explosions, fire. I'm sure we have silver. We have silver. Just.
yes.
And I
Okay,
know
I
the
think
rest
we're
of
all-
the
I can
inn
take
is
his head.
always eager to help out when issues come to be.
Yes, we can
so
send.
If any of the
iron after him.
people are wanting to help,
One thing I should mention, our bowl that had shattered, I was able to recover it. And it is currently in my custody.
I know you said not to pursue the witch situation, but if it occurs whereas the proper fog expands, there is things that I can do. There's Samantha and I can do to hold it somewhat at bay. We have found this at least.
Mitigation, not advancement. We can probably at least agree with that. Keeping things at bay, maintaining the status quo until we are ready to pursue further.
you
As
are
long
to
as you
protect
don't
the grounds
antagonize her.
and the Vix Inn. If we travel to the north again to go deal with her, I would rather us possibly move as a group. But our grounds need to be safe before then.
Yes,
There we
unless when we try to make the grounds safer, it summoned the witch. So, just to keep that in mind. Like I said, if it expands, we can see about containing it. But I do not wish to pull that ire again.
Again, mitigation,
I agree.
not advancement.
Yes.
We don't try to push it back, we simply try to avoid losing more.
Yes, this has been stated and agreed upon. Thank you.
Ronan,
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, he's
I
dead.
would prefer
It's
you
always there.
to pick people to go patrol and spy on these encampments close by.
We can also interrogate the food back at Greywind before we fully dispatch them.
Very well. Is there
But yes,
anything else we need to discuss?
Witch, vampire, soul,
I do have a
Maishi.
small matter of which both of you should probably know about. The Lieutenant of Blackstone has asked me to alert her of goings on here, of which would be prudent. She fears some may be trying to undermine the alliance between Blackstone and the Vix, and she simply wants to be in the know to avoid unforeseen circumstances.
So there
I'm
is someone
sorry.
actively trying to put a spy within our number.
Indeed.
Oh, who could this be? Maybe he has a ship now.
I
This is-
literally said that she
What
asked
was the name
me.
of this lieutenant again?
She is the lieutenant of Blackstone. They
A
call her
name,
the
dear.
Hound.
The
They
Who's
call her
Hound?
the Hound.
I've killed one of those before, so
Hound.
why not?
She is the
There's
Death
already
Knight,
a hound.
which wanders around.
This is not a
Yeah,
legging,
people are
never
not
mind.
She
very
wears
Not
white
killed a Death Knight.
clothing. She wears white clothing,
Fake hound.
a picture,
white
dear.
hair.
Do you have a picture?
Well, what about what's the boy's name that sung us that song?
Chip.
Do you believe it is Chet?
No. So she came to me and asked me if I would be willing to alert her to any grievous goings on in the inn, as she believed that, she wants to maintain the relationship. I should have worded my words better. She wishes to maintain the relationship between Blackstone and the Vix, to keep people from attempting to undermine it. So she asked me if I would be willing to alert her to things.
Tell her
so...
information.
Mm-hmm.
Jack,
He
did you not
legit
say that
became
you
a
are...
spy by accident.
Do you not have good ties of Lord Blackstone?
Indeed, but I do not know what
So,
her
what
position
purpose does
is.
the lieutenant serve by you telling them this information?
I did not know. I was going to ask Lord Blackstone on the matter, but he was busy introducing everyone to his new city. I can ask tomorrow,
You can
however.
continue to give Lord Blackstone information, but the lieutenant gets nothing.
Very well. I have not told them anything pressing besides our former lord reappearing.
Ça j'espérais any new news.
But that
so-
seems more of a... Yes. That is more just fluff, as it were. But besides that, nothing. And I thought it prudent to bring it to you, as I do not know fully what she intends to do.
Well, if Lord Blackstone thinks that she needs to know information, he would give it to her. You are not.
Of course.
But if our relationship is so good with Lord Blackstone, I think maybe him being aware that his people are seeking to find clandestine information under his nose. Maybe with sharing
Exactly.
with him.
The last time someone was doing this, they were... what was it? Exiled. Burke, I think his name was. Quite
Of
problematic.
course.
He
And I would like to
tortured
avoid
me.
something like that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
He tortured you. Oh yes, I remember that.
Yes, he did.
Hmm. I will speak with Lord Blackstone tomorrow.
Then I believe this meeting is adjourned.
I have nothing more. And I believe we have a plan. I agree.
Simon, Beatrix, I wish for you to stay.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe that means the rest of us can leave. Encouragedly leave.
I believe so.
Hey Jack, have fun with the boat.
It's a bone. Boat.
The boat.
The boat.
but
You won't mind if I listen
I shall
in,
keep the
will you?
bowl under my protection,
If you mind.
at least for the time being.
I wouldn't.
The what? Sorry, the boat? I was
The
lost.
Is it a
offering
bow?
bowl.
Offering
Oh,
bowl.
bowl.
Yes, I trust you.
Why are there so many words that
Both of
start
you.
with B and then with S? Just go into O.
Jack, with me,
So
please.
confusing.
Rowan.
Yes.
In between assisting with the research, I do believe I also have the ability to
I hope you
help
feel
a bit with the scouting, as I do have a
She grabs
spell
you by the
very
neck.
beneficial of it.
Just
I
don't
do not
quite remember.
appreciate your tone.
Yes. I was going to say either you
My
and
goal was
Claret
not to
or
summon
my
these
sister.
Or was
witch.
it room 7? I believe it was room 7.
What about the room?
My goal was simply to keep the
Though
victim
if
safe,
Claret
There's
is
a
going
to get
bit
rid
of
of this
a
cloud,
problem.
to reconnect with the goddess
you
mother.
missed.
Do not imply that I am going out of my
Again, I am at
You,
I am
jurisdiction,
disposal.
that I am going too far.
if you and Ariana would like to
Understood?
do the
Hmm.
scouting.
I'm just being wary, as it led
Good.
to a spell on my
It'll be
sister,
nice working with you.
of which I care deeply for. Forgive me if I'm a little
Right here, you're just gonna see
overprotective.
burnt hole.
And in the
Through the
end, do we
carpet
take care
and
of
the wood.
ourselves?
Who the fuck did this?
Alrighty, I
Mm.
think I will head
If she
back
had been
I do
and
cast,
not
start
know.
working on
but
these
was-
Beatrix
artifacts in
did
my
come up through.
I would be
manor,
able to
so
take care of it.
you'll have a good one.
Invite me if
This
they
witch
rob.
had
I was
certain
already
bout of
displeased with the
anger
way
and
that
not
Hopefully
being
they
able to do
won't.
It's
much.
all messy and
That I am
chaotic.
sheriff.
I'm
I understand.
even more
Maybe just
angry
one.
and disappointed.
I understand.
It was not my doing. I had just woken up from a coma.
I'm just tired of this whole witch
I
stuff.
I'm not interested.
Well, thank you for letting me know
It's
this.
getting to me.
It was
Evelyn and Ophelia have made their opinions known that the witch is not a priority at this time. But
I
when
need
it
to get
does
home now.
become again a priority, like I said, it has become personal. What happened
I
to your
understand.
sister will not be forgiven, but will be taken from them.
I understand.
I'm sure
Good.
you will
I apologize.
things working
Thank you.
for these next few weeks.
Let's go enjoy the rest of the evening before the cursed sun comes up.
I only almost crashed. So technically the reason I did it was because of Luke, so we don't talk about that.
Oh my, don't piss off the Claret.
Yeah,
He's
I
slowly
was
getting
a
there.
little bit.
Though I'm sure he enjoyed that.
He still had to catch you on the way down.
Well, I mean, yeah. I could have just laid on the grass, but
Oh my god. Deep, is that matcha?
a little bit.
Landed or crashed?
That
That's the difference.
You know, I
voice.
was tempted to
Graceful
say,
landed.
I am extremely gay, but
And are ones that are like the humans
Like
made up
Dracula.
Jesus Christ.
I
It's
don't
like
want to
that.
overhouse that. Yes,
You
it
are
is
telling
matcha.
everyone-
Didn't have to. It's out there now.
and then play copyrighted music afterwards from a certain
Definitely.
franchise about space and wars.
Means the one up in the stars. It's the one
Yes,
they made a long, long
it's a
time
very-
ago.
Yes, it's a very popular thing amongst the denizens of the modern world.
Mm. I
Alrighty.
personally prefer the
Perhaps you should tell Claret
Jones
your
from
skill set.
Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Might be helpful.
Though the last
I mean, I
production
didn't do a great job
was
at explaining Yeah,
Less
last
than
time. Like I said
satisfactory.
before, it's easier to show me killing people than talking about it.
If you would allow me to go with you as well.
Yes,
Ooh.
Yes, I'm sure he would like to take a pound of their flesh too. Flesh. And you? We need to speak at some
Yeah.
point to sync up, so I know exactly what you can do.
I can slice stuff real good.
And the
Shall not
bottles
tell
on
you.
your belt, they are.
Oh, let's see. I don't remember what this one did. That one has silver in it. Don't ask me why. Dayberry.
Are they poisonous?
You wanna try
Are
this one?
they-
They can be.
They can be. I
You
am
wanna try
less comfortable with this.
She likes to
situation.
do experiments on potions.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
has
they are
needles that she can.
Now let's see how bad this one is.
Yeah, let's see.
If you die, I will laugh.
Science.
And then check to see if you're okay.
You almost did the other day. That's funny.
Right.
Wow, I was almost paralyzed.
Twice.
If these potions of yours are unknown, do not give
It
me
makes you
any,
want to have
please.
diarrhea.
Ah,
Jacques, are
oh,
you
it's a
okay,
good thing
dear?
I didn't eat today.
Well,
Yeah.
if you don't want to know what's coming, hasn't.
Yeah, that one hit the bowels. Oh god. If I still had a working digestional tract, I would be very upset right now.
How long have you had this?
Make it great laxative.
Yeah. No wonder it was brown liquid.
Just a little. It was like brown with a hint of green.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Never again. This is why you label things, Ari.
Well, yeah, but what's the fun in that? Also, it's not like I know what it does sometimes when I put it together. I just toss random things together and see what happens. And then I figure out after someone drinks it. Like
I
that
mean,
one.
the last thing I would recommend labeling what helps people and what doesn't, because the last thing you want to do is throw something at a soul member that benefits them.
Oh yeah, obviously I label them after I figure out what they do. I just don't do it before because it's just called mystery potion number 27.
Then do not try any of these mystery potions on me. I will not be very happy if it's poisonous.
I mean, I only do it if, you know. Jack does it because he wants to.
Jacques is not entirely there in his head. I think Beatrice is more present than he is.
Yeah, but that's why I like him.
Yes.
I'm just chaotic.
Hell yeah, we are.
As you hang your cuff over the candle. Yes,
It's
please
fine.
check your arms. Thank you.
Look, if it gets burned, then Ronan will have to pay for the repairs. So, not my problem.
I see. It's not much.
Yeah, I didn't have to buy this because Lady Evelyn said that she'd shoot him if he didn't buy me clothes. So he bought me clothes.
Maybe.
And all you
Not
wore
like
was
she
the
won't-
Bethlehem jacket.
I see no
Well,
problem
yeah,
here.
because that's the only comfort.
They are advertising appropriately. We do a
This
run
is
certain
wrong
pieces.
overall.
I don't like the skirt.
Ah, I'm
hi.
surprised.
Have a good night to you all.
Mm,
I will be calling a
good night
bit
to you
early.
too.
And pleasant tidings to you too.
If you haven't already, you're going to need this to be tattooed somewhere on your body.
Well, yeah, I was told by the Jack that I do. I just need to figure out where.
And if tattooing is not your thing, we can probably branded on. Branded
I'll
like
figure it out.
the cattle, the thing. Some people like that.
I mean, it's not gonna hurt either way, and so I don't really care. I can figure out where I want it.
I mean, I think the last person we did that to was Nadar. Only because we couldn't figure out how we were supposed to tattoo his bark.
His bark?
Yes, he's
Yes.
very adamant that he is a tree. He will tell you repeatedly. Yes.
And
Well, I mean, yeah, you
he
can't tattoo
is,
a tree.
in fact, a tree.
That is what he says, yes. And Olivia likes him.
Sounds fun, I wanna meet him.
Ophelia, no, Olivia. Wait, Ophelia? Do whatever. Is it
No,
the,
Ophelia. Ophelia.
Ophelia. The groundskeeper, yes?
Oh, no, that's.
No, I
the
think that's
view of
Olivia.
the
Oh
house.
no, the Olivia, yes.
Yes.
Groundskeeper.
Oh, those two names are
Thank you
confusing.
for the follow, Emma. Yes.
Try not
I must talk to her. Her plants are growing back quite aggressively. I can almost not fly over them.
I mean, I can cut it, but I cannot promise that'll be neat.
I suppose there's quite a few.
I
He's
would rather
fine.
not
Trust me.
decapitate her
And we've
flowers.
had a few
Well, do not tell her what sin I have done.
feelings in regards to it.
I would rather a decapitated flowers than a vine growing around my ankle.
True.
So true,
Yeah.
Basti.
You like my new hair?
I think that's just not from Nadar being close to them.
Maybe.
Right, well.
Tree.
Possibly.
It suits you very well.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow it out? Or did you use some magic?
Do you have
to
your
keep-
team for the scouting mission, Ronan?
Hasten
I
the growth.
mostly had it braided.
Vinny
but it also
and Ari.
I can
It's
also
very
kind
small
of
The
let it
smaller
grow
team
and
should be better for just scouting.
grow and,
Because I was going to ask if I could tag along.
Are
But
you
if you have your
speaking,
team,
speaking of the patrol,
I see.
or going to the village to get my
Is
things?
this to suit certain clientele, or is this
I was
Not
thinking
for
I
your
can.
things.
choice? Fashion.
It'll be after that.
it's a long hair.
I see.
But
I
the
don't
cat.
think it's gonna take that long to go get your stuff. So
Oh, that's nice.
you can go
Requires
whenever.
some maintenance,
And
so
how
dear,
many soul have you
make sure
killed
you're
there?
eating plenty of healthy meals.
None yet.
Have you ever dealt with
Emphasis on the
fanatics?
yes.
Clover is in short supply due to our situation.
Yes.
Yes, block off your entire day. This is going to be very fun.
Yes.
Trial by fire, as I
carry on.
say. I shall throw you a some.
Let's go.
Yes.
I was looking forward to it. I keep,
So
keep
she
hearing about
learns
them,
best.
but like I never see one.
Well,
Let's go.
this will be
You've
very
seen
much
the
fixed.
armor.
And they will be saying
I'm
very
up
mean
to-
things like you wretched creatures at night and you unholy stain on
Well, they say
existence.
this-
Quite entertaining, actually. They are very
They say the
narrow-minded.
sweetest
I've been taught that
things.
before.
Well, haven't we all? Yes.
Well, I'm up to join
You're
whatever.
following me around like a lost pup, Simon.
Murder
If any
time.
of you need help with your missions,
But we'll see once
Are you sure? You only did it
I need to
recently.
get some things together.
Beforehand, you were quite more
Speak to a few others.
energetic.
We'll see.
In
There
fact, you
is
sure good to
one,
see you.
two,
You spent
three.
most of your time.
Probably take one or two more, yes. It depends how
Yeah, well.
bad it is that day.
Let's go on
but
the
I
murder
won't
spree
know.
together.
It's less of a murder spree, more of a crochet trip.
Perhaps it's the
With some
changes.
murder, yes.
Yeah, close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
We know.
Well,
hormone imbalance and everything.
I
else.
wish to speak with Ophelia before I retire for the day.
I'm going to head home.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ronan, don't we have that thing we have to do later?
My lady,
Oh, mother.
So nice to see you again, Claret.
it has
And
been too
depending on
long.
how
Yes,
well
very
you do,
much,
It has
we'll likely
indeed.
have
unpleasurable.
Jack accompany for the
And
scouting.
a lot of things have changed,
I will see.
Mm-hmm.
and a few things have not.
A
Still
few,
beamed up. What's the big deal?
indeed. If you're on about Evelyn.
Yes, she's
Ah.
very tunnel visioned.
Let me go see what we have from.
Well, she used to be a bounty hunter, after all. She was a bit more focused on, well, doing what she's told and not so much thinking of the... Farewell, Jack.
Oh,
Have a good morning.
Right. And
Any of the larger crates
your
can go.
feelings, other than the blooded, are in line with Evelyn? To pay this witch no mind?
No, we're not going to carry this one.
I would personally
That
like
was very
to
sure.
observe her personally.
Though we have crates though at this side.
If you'd like to come this way with me, I would like to have a very brief discussion.
I
So
see.
as long as Luke is able to enchant it, we will have an ice ball.
I hate to see you leave, but I love
Considering
to
that
watch
you are
go.
someone who has been around quite some time, I think it is, well, prudent that I keep you informed about such things.
I would appreciate this. I have been here since more or less the beginning, so this is...
Exactly.
Well,
Would you like to join us, Simon? Bear in mind that this information is confidential, Simon, but I trust you to be able to, well, not speak a word.
of course. I am sure I can figure out ways to cause pain to Simon, that they won't enjoy.
Huh.
So I doubt there'll be a need.
This witch,
Yes.
as Evelyn called it, she was a shard. Apparently she's a shard from the undead mother. A daughter, if you will. Apparently, the daughter has a disagreement with the mother. Now, I'm not too sure if or not this is a bluff or whatnot, but she gave me the distinct impression that the mother has passed.
She is a
But
goddess.
consider
so-
she's a...
Yes.
Exactly. If she is a goddess, I'm pretty sure that she can be brought back with enough belief, faith, or otherwise. Perhaps these shards can be brought together to reforge her.
Yes.
I had a conversation with her. It seems that Simon and Beatrix do not remember the conversations with this witch. I hadn't seemed to remember mine.
Yeah.
Although the specific details are lost to me currently due to my, well, I guess long nap.
Yes. I understand. The other thing
She
is,
did mention about siphoning power from the mother.